will be a robot. Just run the program. Yuck. Is that fun? I mean, really? You get a kick out of it, just run the program? The mind's got you convinced you have to do certain things in order to stay graceful. Look what it's costing. What happens when the mind needs so much power to stay afloat in this chaotic stream we're finding ourselves in? That starts taking the energy needed to, like, power your lungs. It's going to be a problem, isn't it? It's not different kinds of energy. There's one. It's pulsating everywhere, all the time. Cut it off, you'll wither and die. Channel it into something other than your being, or through your being, at the very least. You aren't going to amount to much. Eventually, that big hole the mind's bore through you has to be patched for you to feel well-being once again. See, it's not well-minding, it's well-being, right? We're after well-being. That infers being, doesn't it? What does that have to do with thinking? Really, what does that have to do with it? So, we've all thought of enlightenment. How many of us are more enlightened from all the thinking we've done? How many of us are more miserable because of all the thinking we've done? I'm not saying just rocket right into oblivion. I'm not. So I'll do that. I'll do it so no one else has to. I got nothing else to do. I'm not an empire builder. I don't have anything to do. For me, it really is about being. What will I do? Anything that doesn't compromise that being. If whatever is I'm going to do calls for me to be absent so it can happen, it won't happen. Because once you become fully present where you're actually located, that is satisfaction. Right? So all you're doing, just say it takes on a different flavor. Because most people are doing to get satisfied. Most of their thoughts are about their satisfaction. But if they were fully present now, that is satisfaction. Having the totality of yourself. Satisfaction. Right? Would you agree? Feels good in you. If it doesn't feel good in you, raise your hand. No, really, you can. If you're like, you know what, you're a turd. I'll take it. Asshole. Some days.
Who gave him that chair?
Some days.
Well, you never have to argue.
Anybody got any questions? Anybody want to say anything? I mean, I've been talking this whole time. Sitting here spouting thoughts. keeping the wall from the infinite.
Filling up my mind.
Making us use our mind.
Yeah,
Exactly.
a little bit.
I'm gonna think about all this.
Right.
It's like trying to, oh, I can't quite read. Oh, it's like, wrestling around in your brain. Anybody? No? Really?
I have one.
Okay.
What's your take on people who maybe put so many walls with themselves, like with schizophrenia or bipolar? I'm a case manager, and I see different people with mental illnesses. And these walls and all these layers they have put themselves in, that they can't even function in society, that they need to go to homes to be able to have people to help them. And even there, they have a hard enough time trying to function. So what's your take on that? You know, I mean, have they put more walls up? I mean, I don't.
This could get me in a lot of trouble. No, this really could, because I mean, I'm going to come at it from a place that you probably haven't heard it come at from before. No one has any idea of those people's pasts. Maybe not even themselves. They could have been one of those mindful beings for so many years. And the damage gets done. Right? To the point where it shuts off parts of themselves. So anytime something gravitates there, there's something there to keep them from going any further. It's like their world has gotten narrower and narrower and narrower. To the point where now they've got like little compartments. It's not a living world anymore. It's a compartmentalized emotional thing. So when emotion comes up, they jump into this box. Right? And once they feel safe, smell the air, no predators, they come out. And there's different switches for all of it. Right? And you take someone, I mean, come on, let's be honest. People have done some pretty horrible things. They've done some very horrible things to people. So, you know, to me, someone who's gone completely off the deep end, schizophrenic, probably was heavily abused. Right? You can only really abuse a being that's been weakened. Do you understand this? You can't abuse a strong being. It's impossible. That's like abusing the universe itself. You really can't do it. Right? So when someone has had their energy channeled somewhere else, maybe out of just ignorance, it weakens the being. They're available for lots and lots of abuse from all kinds of things. Some of it could even be imagined. But it's usually stemming from something real, is it not? Obviously, it usually is. So they compartmentalize. There's certain things they feel that they can't. They can't handle it. They don't. Let's put it this way. They no longer have the energy to unlock it. Does it make sense? Their being is not, it is so fragmented that there's no one fragment of their being that can unlock that door. Do you understand what I'm saying?
So it's like they almost snapped, but they never got to the point of being able to pick themselves back up, and they stayed in, so to speak, all these compartments.
Fragments. Once that being gets, I mean, it's really, this gets shattered. Once that gets shattered into those pieces, not one of them has any real power. The power is in when they're all together. The present.